Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So I'm back at the day-night cycle after a little bit of a break. And actually in this lesson we're not going to so much be working on anything new. We're just going to tidy up the script a little bit to help with optimization in this video. So I'll begin by creating a new variable, and I'm going to put mine here next to the other GUI variables, and we'll make it of type public for now, and we want to be of type bool, and we'll give this a naming convention of toggle GUI, and we'll close that line off. Defines bool for, let's say, for if the GUI is active or not. So you can have yours set to true on startup. I'm actually going to set mine to false, and let's have a look. Just thinking where to put it. I'll put it here for now. You can obviously put it anywhere you like, but we're going to say underscore toggle GUI equals false. Let's close that line off. We'll put it straight into the comments. So say set toggle GUI to false on startup. And let's come down to the void update. I'm just going to put this at the bottom. So we'll say if open and close brackets, we'll come inside and we'll say input dot, and we want get button down. Open and close brackets again, little speech marks, quote marks, and we'll say GUI toggle, and then what we'll do is just copy that naming convention. We'll downsize mono develop and we'll actually create that button. So come to edit, project settings, input, and increase the size by 1. As you can see, it's duplicated the last entry, and we'll just paste that naming convention in. I'll get rid of the alt positive button, and for the positive button you can use any button you like. I'll use Q, and please remember it must be named exactly the same as it is in the script. So with that button created, let's come to the comments, and we'll put in the comments if we press the, and I'll put this in the little speech marks, GUI toggle button. We'll come to the next line. We'll say underscore toggle GUI equals exclamation mark, and then toggle GUI again. Let's close that line off. So we use an exclamation mark, for those of you that don't know, as a negative value for whatever follows. So in this case, this represents true and this represents false. And if we press that button, it will switch between the two. So let's get that into the comments. Then either enable or disable the GUI. Now we've got that in the void update, let's come down to the void on GUI. Right at the very top here, we can put in if open and close brackets, inside this brackets, toggle GUI double equals true, We'll come to the end of the line, we'll open and close brackets again, then we'll come back to this first line and we'll put in the comments if toggle GUI equals true, and then we're going to select all the code in the function. So let's just cut all of that, and then we'll come inside these brackets here and we'll paste it in. Just create a line break there, I think, and let's save that off. Downsize mono develop, let's test that out. So we'll hit play, may just take a moment. So there's no GUI. If I hit Q, we can see it can now turn on and off, which is great, because if you don't need that information at the moment, you now no longer need to have any of this code running, and you can select when it does run by simply toggling the GUI. So with that said, let's come, and I'm going to keep coming up until I find update calendar day. Now I'm going to have a different temperature variance. As you know, in the last lesson we set up, if I can find it, a temperature variance based on the actual season we are in. But I want that variance to change on a daily basis. So this is entirely subjective. If you're happy with the script as it is, you can skip this part. It will not affect anything else within the script. But I want a slight variance from day to day. So I'm going to do that by coming into the update calendar days. We'll create a little bit of a line break, and then I'm going to come up to the temperature manager, and this will also help with the actual optimization, because it means we won't have this block of code running all the time. So basically you want to select all 4 of these if blocks. If spring equals true, then we set the temp and we keep going. So let's cut all of that, and let's come down to update calendar days. We're going to paste that in, and what we're also going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to open and close brackets around these if blocks. And we'll just keep going and get the other 2 done. And finally, the last one. Okay, with those in place, we need to come down, and we'll just keep scrolling to find where I actually put these in the script now. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for the actual, here we are, season manager, and it's these lines we want to now cut out of this function. So I'll begin by cutting the spring, and it's just where we set the temp variance. So let's scroll back up, and we're going to come to the first block, if spring equals true, and I'm going to enter here, and it must come before this line. If you paste this part at the bottom the script will not work correctly, so please be aware of that before you go ahead. And of course we just need to keep doing the same for the other ones. So again, this will help in optimization. As I said, we no longer have this part of the code running all the time like we did before in the temperature manager. And we're only calling this function once every 24 hours. So it's not really going to affect your game. So I'll just paste in the autumn. And the last one for the winter. And we'll paste that in there. And I'll just go ahead and quickly just tidy up these comments. And there we go. So now all of this code is only called once per day. As you are aware, we have a chain sort of reaction between the void minutes and hours, days and calendar days. And of course you could always just put this in the day counter as well. So if you sooner cut all of this and put it in the days counter, that's entirely up to you. I'll leave that for your choice. It won't make a difference either way, it'll still work exactly the same. But now we'll still have a set range of temperature variance within each season, but it will vary from day to day. And I think we'll leave it here for this video. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time. And until then, as always, bye for now.